Good morning, YouTube. It's Gia-Nina Hidalgo over here on Kenmore Avenue, still in Bflo, New York, 14216. Just recap or whatever. John Clifford Alexander is not his real name. He's not Maybe, who is Maybea, who is my grandmother's name, was a part Asian woman. My mother, Wendy, she goes by Wendy Ground. We're originally from Spain and Canada. I was kidnapped by Johnny, Evie, Marisa, Lydia, Marcia, Jessica, Marvin, Letitia, few others, and brought here to Bflo, where I've been stuck for a while, tortured, slandered, raped, beaten, shot, cut, drugged, which I'm not addicted to. My eyes have been decreased, my nose has been changed several times, things like that. So have my sons and my daughter. I'm not sure exactly what their mother's name is with Billy. They call him Buffalo Bill, or William Keene, or whatever, formerly of Kenmore Police, who was working there illegally, who makes a gazillion babies with bulging eyes, and they have sex changes and wolf dicks. They go as hermaphrodites, but they're really men. I don't know. They spread diseases. They bite off people's faces, things like that. They prepare dead bodies with barbecue sauce. They feed dead bodies to children. Some of their relatives do. There's supposedly a tunnel or something. They say that they're Irish and black, and they're really Polish and black. They say that they're part gorilla, that they're part chimp. They say that they're part wolf, and birds or whatever. They're all over the United States and other parts of the world. They are people that hate different races because they feel that other races are not mentally retarded and they cannot compete. They, instead of cleaning, they use semen and things like that. I guess some of them throw up on their own feet and things like that when they're, killing a person and eating their skin and flesh or blood and veins or whatever. It's like some sicko, scary movie, freaky Jason, rapist, sex offender, hate children, hate dolls, hate black women that wear shoes and things like that. Hate the fact that they get relaxers or have to dye their hair to try to look German or Irish. They can't afford. I guess medication doesn't work. They're very ashamed of their family in the country, who didn't want them, who couldn't mentally take care of them either, and they didn't understand that. I don't know if they're all crack babies or addicted to heroin or if they're premature. A lot of them are not potty trained and things like that. They pride themselves on smelling bad, and they'll blow their breath in your face, ask you to smell their vaginas or their penises, their cleft on their butt, in between their two butt cheeks, things like that. They have ass juice. Their feet smell bad. They claim that they form into some type of witch or demon or wolf, dog, or I don't know. There's some very strange things with them. Corinda, I guess is her name, and Billy. He was fired from his fake position with the Kenmore police for racial profiling and murdering people. There's an apartment down the street across from a church where a woman was broomsticked in a chair. Him and his son, who is now Evelina at 79 Delsan Court, posing as a woman and a grandma and a mother, is guilty of. There were some other people that were there around that time. I'm not sure if the news reporters heard it on a dispatch and the police were called by payphone or ambulance or whatever. But I'm not sure if Carl, a.k.a. Luis Vega Hidalgo Jr., who was not really a Hidalgo or a Vega at all, is alive. The stenographer may be dead because it was a witness, or the victim itself. They move around. They'll kill for an apartment and breed dirt in it, and then they'll prostitute themselves and spread diseases. They'll use their wolf dick to suck a man's penis for money, and then they don't know what to do with the money. Sometimes they go without food, like I said, because they prefer to eat human flesh or food that is scraped with semen. Very nasty people. They get thrush and they'll blow their breath in your face and brag that they've eaten a person. Some of them don't wash their hands. Some of them have spread diseases to celebrities. Some of them have manged. There's another group that's related to this Billy King kids. They're Amor Hiddads, or I don't know, Elaine Lackawanna kids. I don't know who their father is. A short guy who looks like a witch. They claim to be Spanish and Arabic and Russian and Ukrainian and French, and like I said, Spanish. They're relatives of a count that killed in Spain, who is not my father, Luis Hidalgo, who was the king of Spain and the Lord of Puerto Rico, if I have that correct, which my mother and her family were also royalty, our royalty, and of the world on each side. My father, Luis Hidalgo, and my mother, Wendy. She is Wendy Brown, who is not deceased, who is a hostage of these suspects. Do you want to call them suspects? Because they're guilty of all those things I just said a few moments ago. They were put on house arrest and they moved. I was made to support them My money was stolen. They created a stipend and gave them money or rent or whatever, paid their rent and bills or whatever, bought furniture and things like that. I need to be reinstated for that. But they prowl and, they have a lot of mental disabilities, and they're very cocky about the way they abuse people. And one of them, like I said, at 79 Delsan Court, has been holding my son, Jalen, Hidalgo, Santana-Chivas, who is not a Wilson at all, who is the king of Spain and royalty in other countries like myself, my other 2 sons, and my daughter. His penis has been, I don't know what it did to his penis, but it's not working. It's very swollen, and it doesn't get erect anymore. He's been made to groom 2 children that are not his children. There were a lot of threats about that because a lot of people in the city of Bflo believe in raping children, that it helps them. Mostly Masons and devil worshippers, Satanists. It's very disgusting here in Bflo, and me and Jalen really would like to leave Bflo and go home to the billionaire in California, Bel Air, California, or to Palm Avenue in Miami-Dade County, to our other homes in Florida. That whole neighborhood that we built, we want to go home. And I'm sitting here waiting for him, and the Navy ships where all our supplies and things that travel all over the world have been threatened on a daily basis for about 6 months or more. And these imposters who are gateway students, who are never supposed to work at all, and who are also Billy's relatives, are threatening the ships and making him rape babies, and using local thugs to threaten him and intimidate him if he doesn't rape these babies. And they have weapons, and they have a lot of friends who joined in on the threats, which some had to be intercepted with Air Force permission and Navy permission in the first place, because we do own the armed forces, each one, because we do own the United States also, and our royalty of the United States, as everybody knows, natives. This was a native country. We're those natives. We're not ashamed. We have been harassed about it. Just a funny note or joke, I call my oldest son Jalen, who I was just speaking about, I call him Jacob, from Twilight. Some of these people, are like that, nasty vampire, to be, give you an idea of what I mean, like I said a few moments ago. But I do call him Jacob. No, he does not turn into a wolf. It's just, he is a chief of this country, so, we like to respect him. He's also the king of Spain. He's done a lot of work over there, which Letiza refuses to leave our place with whatever family she's posing as queen with. So that's where I was born, in Spain, and I was taken from Canada to Bflo to New York City. Your friend who goes by John Clifford Alexander, who you all slept with, who is now has been impregnating women with rats, bust me in the mouth when I was 3 years old with a bottle. And these Billy kids, Billy King's kids brag that, that's why we had him bust you in the mouth with a bottle when you were 3 because you're the queen and you're rich and things like that. I became pregnant by, you all know him as Johnny or Juan. That's not his name. I'm not sure if it's Billy or Daniel, but he's also Billy King's kids. If King is his last name, or Pollock, because if Keen is Irish, it's not Keen. So I became pregnant at 3 years old. Like I said, I was hit in the mouth with a bottle. I was harassed to try to make me eat feces and things like that. I was hungry. I was dirty. They tried to force me to be a blood gang person and painted my nails and toes red. I did not submit to that, and I was killed. And God, who I believe in, Jesus is his son, who's also my relative. Reason why we have things in the world, because God is their creator. I came back several times in that house. So, these Bennett girls that I went to high school with, me and Jaws, who, was Jaws or Streets, Ernest Wilson, that's not his name. He is a Barbie. He is international. He was my boyfriend. Is not my children's father. Is my children's relative. We were harassed and threatened the whole way at Bennett High School. These girls and guys do not produce music, movies, write. They're not in business. They don't own anything. They have stolen from me their whole lives. I didn't have to pay for ass shots and fillers and things like that. I was shot at Bennett High School by Letitia Davis, who everybody knows, sleeps with John Clifford Alexander. Ernest, who's not Ernest, Jaws or Streets, Young Streets, was shot by Letitia Davis of Bennett High School while we were in high school. It's ridiculous. So we just want to go home. I was hearing some tragic news about 20 minutes ago that my son Jalen was laying in a bed at 79 Delsan Court here in North Bflo. Around the corner with Billy's son, who's now Evelyn, in his face and trying to perform oral on him after his penis has been, mutilated or whatever else she's done to him, like I said, besides mess up his face and inject him a gazillion times in his back with Haldol shots to try to make him have seizures and not be able to perform at his job, which is Pinterest and Pinterest Lite, which he produces music, movies. He designs sneakers like Jordans and Nikes and all kind of sneakers, even customs. He's managed Navy ships for a long time, managed a lot of my business around the world. I like to ask for Jalen's release. He's 25 years old. He was born August 14th, 1999. Yes, he produces Jay-Z his whole life. Yes, he produces his father, Carlos Santana-Chivas, who is known as Kevin Gates, his whole life. Meek Mill. so many other names. He's on every song imaginable that's been out for the last over 25 years. I'd like to ask for Jalen's release.